Hello and welcome to the Commander's Quarters, your Magic the Gathering source that helps you command your budget. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all their support. There's even a brand new Brigadier General tier where you can get a shout out on a Commander's Quarters episode that's dedicated to you. Hey everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Quarters studio. Welcome to the show. So, day one of spoiler season continues on, and like many spoiler seasons, yes, I was up way too early this morning making an episode. So if you haven't seen my episode yet on the new potential mechanic, Daybound and Nightbound, make sure you check that one out. And I do say potential because the cards involved in this episode have not been confirmed. But let's be honest, these cards look entirely real, and I am 99.99999% sure that they are legitimate. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, make sure you check it out. Regardless, stay tuned to this episode first. Do not just leave me for that other episode, that would be very rude. And actually, this episode's on a card that is confirmed to be real, and let me tell you, this is quite the doozy. So with all that said, let's jump into it. So the exciting new spoiler from Innistrad Midnight Hunt that I'm highlighting in this episode is Enduring Angel. It's a 3/3 angel with flying and double strike for 2 white. It also says you have hexproof, which is quite nice. So even with just those stats, a 3/3 flying double strike angel for 5 mana that gives you hexproof, that's a pretty nice card. But what really makes this card exciting is that next part. It says, if your life total would be reduced to 0 or less, instead transform Enduring Angel and your life total becomes 3. Then if Enduring Angel didn't transform this way, you lose the game. So this card can essentially prevent you from losing the game. That last bit of text is quite specific. Then if Enduring Angel didn't transform this way, you lose the game. I'm sure that's kind of like a very specific rule to stop certain shenanigans from happening. Like, I think if you clone this, you don't get, to flip it and transform it, so you can't just keep cloning it over and over again. Correct me in the comments below if I'm incorrect on that. Regardless, although that kind of a shenanigan might not work, believe me, there are plenty of shenanigans that we can do with this card. Regardless, let's move on to the backside of this card, because again, once our life hits 0, instead we transform this and our life total becomes 3. And the transform side of this card is Angelic Enforcer. This time, it's a star angel with flying that also gives us hexproof, and its power and toughness are each equal to our life total. So again, when this flips, our life total becomes 3, so it's essentially the exact same power and toughness. But it also says, whenever it attacks, double your life total. So we swing with it, we go up to 6 life, it gets bigger, etc, etc. So this side is kind of like a Sarah avatar that also doubles our life total on a swing. Yeah, that can be really impactful. But what is potentially more impactful and more broken is the whole, hey, let's just, not lose the game anytime our life total hits 0. Because if we have a way to flip this back to the front of the card, well then once our life total hits 0 again, we go then back to 3 instead of losing. And if we can do this again and again and again, it can be really hard to take us out. Now before we talk about some ways to use and abuse this card, let's talk about a somewhat similar card to this one. And that would be Exquisite Archangel, which says if you would lose the game, instead exile it and your life total becomes equal to your starting life total. So first off, this covers more than just your life total hitting 0. If you lose in a different way, you don't lose. And instead of your life total just getting slightly bumped up to 3 life, it goes all the way back up to 40. So yeah, that's quite the difference there. But the main downside to this angel in comparison to our new one is that this one exiles when we lose. So instead of transforming or whatnot and staying on the field, we just completely lose this, and it's basically a one-shot effect. Whereas our new angel is not a one-shot effect, and again, like I mentioned earlier, there are plenty of shenanigans to be had. So let's jump into some of those shenanigans now, and I'm sorry I keep saying shenanigans. Shenanigans. Let's go. And the first thing that came to mind when I saw this card were blink effects. Cards like Ephemerate, Voyager Staff, and Momentary Blink are fantastic blink spells that can really help us use and abuse Enduring Angel. Ephemerate's gonna exile target creature we control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it's got Rebound. And then Voyager Staff we can sacrifice to blink a creature, and it comes back at the end of the turn. Momentary Blink is more like Ephemerate, where we can get that creature back right away, and it's also got flashback so we can do it twice. Regardless, there are plenty of other blink effects that can really help us out with this card. When our life total hits 0 and Enduring Angel transforms, our life total becomes 3, and then, we can just blink it and reset it. Because again, when it blinks and comes back into play, it comes back into play as the front side. So then if our life total hits 0 again, we just transform the angel again, go back to 3 life, and yeah, our opponents are going to have to take us out a lot of times if we've got a lot of blink spells. Aren't shenanigans like these fun? Okay, well, fun for us, right? Maybe not for our opponents. Anyways, of course, some repeatable blink effects can really help us out as well with Conjurer's Closet, Teleportation Circle, and Soul Herder. Conjurer's Closet says at the beginning of your end step, you may exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. And then Teleportation Circle does the exact same thing, but it's an artifact or a creature that we control. And then Soul Herder is basically a Conjurer's Closet, but on a creature. So with our angel flipped over, as long as we survive until our end step, well, we can just, flip it back over and then live another day. Or I guess I should say, live another day until we, go to 0 again, then go back to 3, and then we can survive again and do it again. You know what I mean. But where this card can really be effective is in combination with cards like Deadeye Navigator, Miss Meadow Witch, and Eldrazi Displacer. Deadeye Navigator is an incredibly broken and powerful card, and yeah, it can be very powerful with this too. It's got Soul Bond, and it says as long as it's paired with another creature, each of those creatures has pay 1 and a blue, exile this creature, then return to the battlefield under your control. Basically, a repeatable blink whenever you want for 2 mana. Miss Meadow Witch is somewhat similar, but with a higher cost. It has pay 2 white-blue, exile target creature, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. And then Eldrazi Displacer can actually help you in mono white even. It has pay 2 and a colorless, exile another target creature, then return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. So obviously, blink effects can be used incredibly effectively with Enduring Angel. And as long as you can protect your angel, it's going to be pretty hard for your opponents to actually take you out. Regardless, obviously your angel can also be effective with the other side of the card as well. For example, if you're in red as well as white, you've got access to additional combat spells. Resurgence is one of those, and it says creatures you control gain first strike and vigilance until end of turn. After this main phase, the additional combat phase followed by additional main phase. Basically, have fun attacking twice. Again, when the transform side of the card Angelic Enforcer attacks, we double our life total. So by attacking twice, we essentially quadruple it. Even being down at 3 life, we would attack and go to 6, and then we would attack again and go to 12. And keep in mind again, as we're swinging with the Angelic Enforcer, it's getting bigger as well with our life total. So the first time she hits for 6, and then for 12, so yeah, 18 damage in total. And doubling your life total is a very powerful thing, especially in combinations with things like Resolute Archangel and Axis of Mortality. Resolute Archangel has, when it enters the battlefield, if your life total is less than your starting life total, it becomes equal to your starting life total. Basically, oh no, I hit 0 life, my angel transformed and now I'm at 3 life. Wait, let me play this Resolute Archangel. Now I'm at 40 life and now I swing and double my life total to 80. So you essentially went from you should have been taken out to just 3 life to 40 life to 80 life in no time. And another fun direction could be with Axis of Mortality. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, you may have 2 target players exchange life totals. So if you can survive until your upkeep at just 3 life after your angel is transformed, have fun. You swap your life total with a very unfortunate opponent who hopefully had a lot more life than that, and now they're at 3 life, and then you swing with your angel and you double your life. So you probably took that player out, and you also got to a much more respectable life total. But now that I've talked about all the shenanigans that you can do with this card, let's talk about some commanders that might want to utilize it in the 99 of their decks. First up, there's Emil the Blessed, which has pay 3, exile another target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control. So this is kind of like an Eldrazi Displacer as a commander. So yeah, have fun with that. You can keep blinking and essentially flipping your angel back and surviving another time. If you've got mana for it and your opponents can't deal with your angel, you're gonna be doing fine. But next up, let's quickly talk about another blink commander with Rune of the Hidden Realm. Rune has pay 2 and tap it to exile another target creature, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So, unlike Emil, this one is actually limited to just one time, that is unless you can untap Rune, which there are plenty of ways to do so. But again, having that combination is just a nice security blanket to have. And I'm sure in a deck like this, you've got plenty of other blink effects to help out as well. Regardless, obviously, if you want to throw this in Brago, it can be effective as well, though you are going to have to survive until your turn and be able to deal combat damage with Brago. Brago has, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile any number of target non-lane permanents you control, then return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. So this is more a conditional blink, and again, a very time-sensitive blink, but as long as you can survive and actually get through, you can do it. Another potential direction to go, though, is with a commander that can actually get this back from the graveyard with Carador Ghost Chieftain. It says during each of your turns, you may cast one creature card from your graveyard. So if you can keep recasting it, great, and if you've got a way to give your creatures flash, then you can do this anytime. Next up, one of my very first commanders that I ever built around is Selenia Dark Angel, and yeah, the Angel could fit in there too. A Selenia deck like mine really likes to play with your life total. Selenia has pay 2 life, return Selenia to its owner's hand. Essentially, you can activate this as many times as you need to drop your life total down. And then you've got ways to swap life totals with Access to Mortality or other things like that, or you can just bring everyone's life total down with something like Repay in Kind. So having that Angel in play to protect you just in case an opponent can take you out when you're that low can be good. But another Angel that might want to utilize this is an Angel Tribal Angel with Lyra Dawnbringer. Lyra gives other angels you control +1/+1 and lifelink, so you can get your life total up really quickly after you drop down to 3. And finally, yet another angel that can utilize this is Aurelia the War Leader. She has, whenever she attacks for the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control after this phase, the Ritual Combat phase. Again, by attacking twice in a turn, you double your life total and then double it again, or in other words, quadruple it. So even after dropping to 0, transforming and going to 3 life, you can recover very quickly. But now it's time for me to wrap things up and give you my final thoughts on this card. Enduring Angel is the type of card that can be very effective in certain situations and with certain strategies. If your opponents can't deal with it and you've got ways to keep blinking it and getting it back over and over again, well, good luck to them. The strategy is not unstoppable, but can be extremely effective. And again, just as a creature, this is a pretty heavy hitter on its own. And I'm talking about on either side. Again, the front side is a 3/3 flyer with double strike, and on the back side, it can be a massive angel equal to your life total. So have fun with that, and make sure you stay tuned for more Innistrad spoilers, which I'm sure are just around the corner. And with that, this show is coming to a close, so it's my turn to hear from you. So in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts on this episode are, and as always, thanks again, and have a good one.